I'm wearing this hat because my hair looks like shit. Well, I guess it doesn't really look. Let's see here. How much battery do I have? I have 100% battery. So I'm gonna move this over here. No, my hair looks so bad. I don't want to worry about it though, because it's like, this is what happens. This is what happens when you get older and you age. You look worse than you did. And, you know, there are people that take far better care of themselves than I do, because it's like on their mind to do that. It's not on my mind to do that. Obviously, it's not on my mind. Hold on one second. I need to light a stick of incense. Can you guys relate to that? Hold on. I'm going to light some incense. I'm going to drink some non-alcoholic beer. Who is this person? Oh, snap, you're alive. You know, what occurred to me is one of the reasons why I think about death a lot and I fantasize about death is because, like, I'm truly alive and a lot of people aren't. I live in a society full of mostly dead people. And so, hold on one second. I'm going to put this incense over here. Okay, it says I'm still live, but it keeps like sending me all these messages about how like my connection's fucked up. I don't know. I don't care. I'm just gonna keep talking like I usually do. Look at this bullshit. Focus on them. Don't look at me. I don't matter. I don't matter. Look at them. They're fixing a fight. Not as much as my cats. Look, look, look. Cat fight on the fridge. Like they're just waiting. That's what they do. They just stare at each other and then they attack each other. They're not nice. Hey, hey, hey. Stop. Stop. You don't need to do this, honey. You don't need to do this. Come on. She's the nicer one. Sophie is such a bitch. Yeah, you know you're a bitch. Okay. This one's the one I'm talking about. You want to fight with my cat. That's what you want to do. We just put up with your ass here. We do. We do. We put up with you. Go on. I didn't want y'all fighting on top of my fridge because that's really fucking awkward. I'm like trying to get myself in the habit of like, hello, honey. This is weird to have so many people watching me at the same time. It's really weird. You guys, I have a confession. This is gonna be a lot like my religion. Just kidding. It's way worse than my religion. Because I think I've told my priests maybe this much. I tell YouTube and Rumble, which doesn't really matter. They're the conservative version of YouTube, which means it doesn't count. Okay. They know a lot about me. I've been thinking about that, like how much more people on the internet know about me than anybody else, and that's kind of depressing. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know. The internet's kind of an extension of like whatever thing we already had in our brains that made us like feel like we can't connect with people, you know? But like, I want to like force myself. I have to. Well, I don't want to. I have to force myself to do things I don't want to do. And so like, I just tried to do a YouTube short. Like I tried to clip it and I don't think it's going to let me do it. I feel like God doesn't want me to do it, but I've been like freaking out about that because like so many people have told me to do it. So many other artists and spiritual people too. Like even people at my church are like, you should do it. Like if you want to get your message out. The thing is, I feel like I'm selling out because I hate short form content like that. And I know that the whole goal of it is to just shorten people's attention span to the point of no return. And that's why I feel guilty if I do it. But I was thinking, you know, I'm really good at what I do and all this stuff could be clipped. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. If I'm not trusting God, though, like if I'm in the fear frequency and I'm like, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. It's like I'm already on the internet. I already caved in and joined Instagram, though I haven't posted in like over a year. I'm really glad that I'm on there, though, because I can still talk to my Jew. You guys know who my Jew is, right? Oh, that's so tolerable. Slightly. I love dogs, though. But because I get tempted to buy a dog because somebody up the street is selling a bunch of puppies and I really want one, but no, I can't do it. I can't do it. I am very interesting. That's true. I'm probably the most interesting person on the internet. I know that's such a bold statement, but like to have as much stuff on the internet and to feel the way that I feel about the internet is very impressive. Okay. Yeah, they're very messy. Well, cats are too, though, and their shit smells terrible. Anyway, I work in the morning, so like 11 o'clock. That's morning for me, and yeah, this is one of the things that I don't want to do. Live stuff. Well, because it's not live. I mean, it is like literally this is live, but like it's like I'm a comedian, you know, like when I'm at a live comedy show, it's a completely different experience than just watching a comedian perform a set. because like there's a whole energy there. So like what I do here is kind of like, I don't know, with this live stream thing, it's just weird. It's just such a weird culture right now. And I feel like it's just going to get progressively worse. But anyway, yeah, doing shorts, I feel guilty about it. Live streams, I feel guilty about it. I do not feel guilty about drinking grapefruit juice, though. So that's one positive thing I'm doing. I just have to get myself into the habit of doing things that I don't want to do and being open-minded and not being so fucking stubborn. You know? That's my thing. I love golden retrievers. Goldens are like the best dogs. Actually, no, I think that Labradors top Goldens, but they're on the very same level. They're good family dogs. Yeah, it is, but I think the reason I hate live streaming is because so many uninteresting people do it. So I feel like it's kind of like the same reason like why I hate Joe Rogan and like all these comics like want to get on his podcast. And I don't know, like I remember when Joe Rogan was on fucking Fear Factor, and I remember when he was on that show, News Radio, like when he was like a really young comedian. And so it's kind of weird, like I've realized recently that I don't think I'm just a crazy person and like that's why I'm obsessing about this. Maybe it is, I don't know, but like I'm just really nostalgic. Like that's why I don't want children. Like I don't like this chick I go to church with is pregnant again, and like her baby is like growing up, and like she has the cutest baby I've ever seen in my entire life. If there was any baby that would make me want to have a baby, it's this baby. But like I don't know, like I will like visualize that in my head. I'm like, just imagine like having one of those in your belly, and then imagine popping one out, and imagine feeding them and everything. And it's just like, I don't know. I'm the type of person, like I can just like visualize all these different scenarios, and I'm like, no, I don't want that. But I still think her baby's adorable, and I'm still like so happy for her and her husband, and they seem like they're really into each other still. And you know, they do watch TV though. So I think that's just kind of that's an American thing, you know, like the medication's an American thing. I mean, I know it's a Western thing too, but I feel like TV is definitely an American thing. Yeah, that's a funny question. Cause like, no, I mean, I really don't like, I met this guy a few years ago that I still talk to like on a pretty regular basis. And like, I'm pretty sure that he's gonna like be with this other chick and try to impregnate her. And it's like, I'm not jealous of that. But he's like the closest thing to me. Like I relate to him a lot. He relates to me a lot. We talk a lot about spiritual matters. He's really passionate. He's like the male version of me. He's like me with testosterone, like actual testosterone. And you definitely know it. I mean, he got kicked out of a hospital because he got into a fight with several doctors over his mother's health care, forcing her to take like 4 colonoscopies, and then she ended up getting pneumonia, and he was threatening to sue them and like the state of Georgia and all this shit. Like he's the one that's gonna move to South America because he wants to succeed in music and he doesn't see it happening here in America. And I'm like, yeah, music is really bad. It's pretty saturated. Comedy is pretty saturated too, but there's a little bit more room with comedy. But I would say overall, it's really bad. And like even the good comedy is still shitty because it's like people really aren't trying. I don't want to say that. Actually, I take that back. I feel like people, it's just really hard for people. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to be doing this shit. Okay. It's like people are afraid to take risks, but it's not just that. I feel like cooking these. I was gonna cook shrimp. So many comedians aren't funny. It doesn't matter though if they are or they aren't. Like I'm not one to say, well, they're not funny, because like somebody finds them funny. That's the thing with comedy. That's the thing with art. Like somebody will like it. Somebody will think it's cool. And so as an artist and as a comedian, especially as a comedian, it's like I hate any comic. I'm like, I revoke their comedy privileges when they say you can't joke about that or you can't say that word, and you know which word I'm talking about. Okay, you can't talk about this subject matter because you're not this. And like we could say it's because of liberals, we could say it's because of blacks, we could say that it's because of women, we could say it's because of, but it's literally all these people that are working for the fucking devil, and you can say that I'm crazy for believing in that, but I just see the devil as like the negative energy of the world. So if you don't believe in God and his adversary, just see it that way, and you'll know what I'm talking about. Like there's just so much negative energy. There's so much like demonic activity going on. And I think that women infiltrating everything is a huge part of it, because most women are really toxic. I used to be kind of a toxic person myself. And then I realized that I was just in a relationship. And see, that's the thing. I'm not going to have children because I really believe in the traditional idea of childbearing. And if I can't see myself doing it that way, I'm not going to do it, period. I just think that's wrong. A lot of people fight me on this because they're stupid. Children should be raised with parents that love each other. They definitely should be raised with a father. And I don't think there's any excuse why like women keep sleeping with men that are just fucking deadbeats. They're not going to take care of their children or whatever the fuck. Like, I think there's a lot of sick fantasies that women have about like being everything for their child, and like they kind of see a child like it's like a trophy or something. It's kind of like a dog. You know how like women are like so obsessed with their dogs? It's like they kind of paraded their children around the same way. But yeah, it's weird. Now is such a weird time. Because people are convincing themselves that there's stuff that they don't want anymore. Because like, oh, war and climate change. That's no excuse to like not do what you're supposed to do. You know? That's why I've been getting on to myself about this. Like about comedy, because I'm like, comedy is what you're supposed to do, and you need to fucking do it and stop making excuses. So I'm gonna force myself to clip a video or two. But you know, it's good because I'm rewatching my stuff and I'm like, oh yeah, you are like insanely talented, and you really should do more with what you have. You should try to you know, tweak the game a little bit. Because I don't think I can play the game. I feel like I can tweak the game. Okay, right. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm missing a lot of these. And now I'm getting too old to have a child. And the thing is, I feel like people should have children like when they're young, because then they have the energy to take care of them. But no, I've never seen myself having a baby like with anybody. But I get what you're saying, like that I don't have the nesting instinct. I have maternal instincts, but I don't have the nesting instinct. And so, and I really don't want to be with a man. I'm not a lesbian like that. I don't see myself being with a woman, but I don't see myself being with a man. Men just I think what it is like the space. Like anytime somebody's in my space, I just want to shove them down a fucking cliff or something. Like I feel bad. I feel bad for feeling that way. You know what I mean? I don't want to feel that way. But that's how I feel. And I'm not going to pretend that that's not how I feel because it's not socially acceptable to not want children as a female. But it does pain me though sometimes because I do like children a lot. I just think it's cool watching them grow and everything. But just imagining myself having a baby with another person and having that person there, a man with a penis and balls attached to the penis and all of that, like, I don't want that. I've had that next to me. And it's like, yeah, I just watch television and I don't want to turn into a sheep, you know? Like there is like a part of me, maybe a part of me that like, oh, that would be nice to have somebody to just watch TV with, right? But it's like that's so disgusting to me. American culture is gross. Okay, sorry, I went off on a tangent there. Oh yeah, the fact that it's called the mothership. That just makes me never want to go there. But yeah, all these comics that I do stand up with, they just want to be on Kill Tony, and of course Fiona Colley, you know, she's all popular and shit because she's disabled. I mean, she's attractive and she's funny. I think she's funny, but I think that she's getting a lot of those gigs because she's disabled. And people feel sorry for her. And they're like, oh, I get extra points if I buy tickets to a comedy show of a disabled bitch. Or I get extra points if I book this disabled white bitch that's smoking hot. And she's a fire snatch. And I'm not bitter, okay? I'm not bitter. I'm happy for her. I'm glad that she's getting all that success, even though she's selling her soul to the devil and now working for the Illuminati, essentially. Her family members are going to start to get knocked off, you know what I mean? Like that's the problem with, like, none of these comics are, like, actually, like, conspiratorial people. Like, they're not interesting. Like, I have yet to meet an interesting person that's a comedian. Oh, yeah. They're definitely they're doing everything bad on purpose. Yeah. Okay, good night. He already said he was leaving. So he's gone. But goodbye. Yeah, but I have to get used to doing the live stream thing, and I have to get used to, like, doing stuff that I'm not used to doing. I'm very well acquainted with, you know, putting up the videos on YouTube. Pretty good at that, you know? Because I'm doing it my way. That's why I like it. And I want to keep doing it my way. I could shut the fridge. I could do that. I mean, no. I I'm not a fan of women. You guys know this about me. If you watch this, you know I don't like women. Um, and I feel like if you're a fan of my content, you understand my position on this, and you probably agree with me. But yeah, a lot of what I see with stand-up is very, like, ass kissy towards women. And I'm not saying that you have to like support abortion, but it kind of feels like you have to support abortion. And I probably shouldn't talk about abortion when I'm eating a pepper. A red pepper, no less. But, like, I just think it's fucked up. Yeah, comedy used to be a place where people could just be nuts, and now it's just a place where people can talk about their porn addiction and drugs and all the drugs they're on. So it's like they're either like talking about being like, I heard one comic describe it as cartoonishly high. So they're getting that high and then they're getting on stage and talking about it. Or they talk about how they need antidepressants. And that's really depressing. It's just such low effort, you know? And I'm sure that somebody is going to make that case about me. Like, well, you don't really try because you're not, like, memorizing your jokes or, like, working on them or anything. You're just pulling them out of your fucking pocket and reading them. But the thing is, there's, like, kind of a... Sorry, I'm waving this knife around. But, I think there's kind of, like, an art to, like, the whole setup of what I do. But I have a lot of respect for comics that, like, clearly, like, work on their stuff, you know? It's just not my style because that's not how my brain works. I would totally do it that way if that's how my brain works. But since it's not, I'm not going to, like, keep lying to myself. Dude, this is so good. I know it's not. I know if I went to, like, South America and ate their food, I would never come back to this country. I know that for a fact without having to know that for a fact. You know? But yeah, my friend's in South America right now. He's, like, freaking out, thinking the United States is going to completely fall apart. Thing is, though, man, like I said, I don't want to live in fear. It's also, like, my country. You know, I kind of feel like there aren't very many people here that, like, know that they can just have a relationship with God. You know? I don't know. I can just talk to him like he's right there. That's what I do. I know that's like real schizophrenic, but we know what's really weird is that people don't realize how schizophrenic it is to just like talk to a box all the time and just assume that the people on the other side of the box are real people. I would say that's way more schizophrenic than me. Because at least I know what the fuck's going on. Okay? Like, I typically know what's going on inside my head. It's real sad that people have just kind of given up on creativity and I guess that's what this channel is about, though. Just like tapping into that. No matter how bad it is or no matter how lame it is, it's like, just do it anyway. I think that's the whole point of this. Because, you know, before I started making content every day, well, I guess I didn't really have much of a sense of purpose. And now I do. So, like, people can hate on it, but they wouldn't be hating on it if they had a sense of purpose. Like, I might talk a lot of shit on this channel, but it's still like a video that I'm contributing from my perspective, from my house or my car or like wherever the fuck I am at the time, you know? Versus like, I'm just commenting on somebody else's content or I'm commenting on a person's photo or whatever, you know? Like, it's just so weird that we live in a society that there's so many like arrogant people. And it's like, what are they arrogant about? Like, they're not contributing to making anything better. Or like, if they're complaining about your content being bad, or they're complaining about the world being wrong, or they're complaining about things being fucked up, but it's like, what are they doing about it in their own personal life on a creative basis? Because that's really the only thing that will actually be effective. So yeah, what I'm saying here is that I don't take those people seriously because they're not serious people. I'm a serious person because I drink grapefruit juice, okay? Yeah, I'm not on an SSRI, okay? Like, I can fuck with grapefruit. How fucking lame to be on a pill. I know it's not just SSRIs. It's like, I think it's like statins, like blood pressure medication, like any kind of heart medication. You can't get grapefruit. Terrible. Anyway. I've been listening to African music for like the past several weeks. I don't know what else to do with my life, you guys. I really don't. Got all this asparagus. You know, I didn't start eating asparagus up until recently. Like, it's crazy that I went so long without eating asparagus. And now, like, I try to eat it every day. I don't know how I lived without it for so long, you know? Yeah, I think I want to cook some vegetables. I don't have to. I want to. You know, back in the day, my parents would like force me to eat vegetables that I didn't like against my will. And I think that's fucked up. No, I really do. I think that's really fucked up. I think that, like, if you're a conscious child, you should be allowed to make your own decisions. Is that a bad philosophy? I think it's a good philosophy. Well, mainly because, like, you know, I didn't want to go to school. I was so mad that my parents put me in school. I was so mad that I had to take shots. Like, so many things that are just so wrong about our school system and everything. This is just like child abuse nation, you know? It's so weird to like see people like pop in and out. Like, so they just like see me and they're like, not interesting, and then they just fucking leave. I mean, I can't say shit. I've done the same thing, but it's like weird when I'm on the receiving end of it and I'm like watching people like come and go, and I'm like, well, I guess I wasn't good enough for these motherfuckers. It's okay. I'm not good enough for a lot of people. So whoever's sticking around, we fucking love you, honey. Whoever you are. But don't think that anything sexual is going to happen because it's just not our thing. Well, I actually think that I kind of attract this asexual crowd because there was somebody that watched my stuff that said he was asexual. He's another mentally ill weirdo. But this is the best stuff in the world. In case you're not familiar. It's chives. But I couldn't get any zucchini because they didn't have any. Can y'all hear the music? I'm sure my neighbors love the fuck out of me. Like, what is she listening to now? Typically jazz. Contrary to how I probably make it sound, I actually like a lot of white artists too. But I think there's just kind of like a liveliness to blacks, which makes sense. Like, if you want to talk stereotypes, that it makes sense out of why they're violent, because like they're more emotional. If they're more emotional, like then the music they're making is going to be better. I'm not talking about the stuff on the radio. I'm talking about like how passionate they are about it. And I think that you can have that passion if you're any race, but I think that there's no inhibitions with that race. That's why the stereotypes are correct about them. They just don't have those inhibitions, like especially like my race. My race is so fucking. Ugh. That's why there are all these white comics that are disabled. I'm not going to bring that up on stage because it would put me at odds with way too many people. And it really doesn't bother me that much because, I mean, white people are kind of predictably docile. So it makes sense, like, why, okay, we can still be marginalized if we're missing some sort of motor functioning skill, or we can still be marginalized because that's the thing. Marginalization is what's elevating people. That's why I think it's happening. So it's just fucking sad. And once again, I stress it's not like that these people don't have any talent or they're not funny. I'm just noticing a trend of only white disabled comics getting a lot of gigs. I look disabled now. Like because they're capitalizing on that aspect of their life. They're capitalizing on the fact that, oh, I have this disorder, or I have a disease, or whatever it is. I have no forearms and one fucking leg, like some Canadian bitch. Like, have you seen this bitch? Her name's Courtney Gilmore. I don't hate the girl. I mean, I think that I don't think she's actually funny, but she's cute. She's like, she does that like girl comedy, You know what girl comedy is? It's like, and I'm not saying this to be mean, by the way. I'm just saying this is how women are. They'll say something and it's cute and kind of funny. Not really funny, but kind of funny. Like, aw, that's cute that she thought that, That's the type of comedy this girl does. And yeah, it's the reason why I know about her is because of these other disabled white comics on my Instagram. Yeah, I fucking hate Instagram. Instagram is like the worst place in the world. And I try to avoid it, but I'm like, I need to go back on it so I can like put up what I'm doing. And I need to stop whining about it. I'm sorry, Vortex. I'm being just like all the people I complain about. Am I not? But I don't know if I should just get like new equipment, if I should just get a new camcorder or like a new memory card or something. I don't know. Let's see how much time I have left on here. How much battery. What is that? 60%. Okay, well, I did it. I did my meal prep. Like I said, I usually have zucchini, but there was no zucchini this time. So I just have asparagus, an orange pepper, a red pepper, mushrooms, and chives. I'm not adding jalapeno or serrano because I have to save that for my guacamole. So, do you guys like cilantro? I told myself that I'm going to try like a new recipe. Like I'm just going to try to make one thing. It's going to be pretty simple because I get overwhelmed really, really easily. I was trying to do my taxes today and I just felt like a retarded person. And that's why I always felt like I was just really, really stupid because like there's just a lot of stuff that like doesn't make sense to me. And I'll just like look at something for an extended period of time and just keep like rereading it. And I'm like, I still don't get it. I still don't get it. I still don't get it. And like, maybe if somebody can explain it really, 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 really well, I might get it. Still probably not. Anyway. Yeah, but I'm going to try to make this like quinoa recipe with like sun-dried tomatoes and olive oil and feta cheese and all that shit. I'm just going to try to do more, you know, with my diet. I don't really have a diet. I just try to eat healthy most of the time. Every once in a while. Just kidding. It's more like maybe twice a week I'll like cave in and eat something really terrible and feel like shit, immediately regret it, but yeah, I think I gotta put my laundry in the dryer. I'll be right back. Okay. You guys, I've been showing up to work on time. How cool is that? It's very weird for me. Dude, I feel like making guacamole right now. I'm pretty good at making it now. Like, I've gotten used to making it. Hopefully in the future I'll be able to make it in like 7 minutes. That's my goal. I'm putting myself on like a 7-minute time crunch. You like this music? It's kind of ridiculous. What's really fun about all music that I don't understand is like when I will like repeat it, I always sound like really ignorant, but I don't care because I think it's funny. And right now in this age, I put this in the description, that like, yeah, anything that you say, because I'm white, anything that I say about any other race is automatically racist. Doesn't matter if it's positive. I could be totally kissing their ass too. I mean, well, I think they'd probably take that. For whatever reason, like white people don't have any problem like being condescending like that. They think that nobody notices, but I notice because I'm not a fake ass bitch. Like, I can't stand like ass kissers. And doing that over race is just absolutely revolting. I've been using that word a lot lately. Revolting. Okay. This is the part I'm talking about. Tomato. I say it like an Asian person, but it's not. It's African. That's why I think it's racist, because like the way I say it makes it sound all kinds of fucked up. But like, I don't mean it in any type of way. I'm not saying anything about anyone, you know? That's what I don't understand, like why people get offended by stuff like that. It's like, if you know that a person's just asking you a question, or they just make a statement, it could be like totally ignorant, but like, so fucking what if it's ignorant? Like, that doesn't make a person like hateful. You know what I'm saying? Like, the term racist is hateful, right? Hateful, oppressive. The fact that like asking somebody a question or just saying a word or like making any kind of statement at all, or a joke, God forbid a joke, you know, if you do that and people get offended, like, this is why I say that all these people are dead, because like they're reacting to like stupid shit. So like they're dead to their spirit, because their spirit would like never agree with them reacting to words that come out of a person's mouth that like I can understand could be offensive, or they could be this, or they could be that, but they're still just words. You know? It's just sad. It's just sad. Okay. Because I just got this avocado oil. I wonder if this is Felix watching me. He says that he doesn't have a YouTube account. Well, I don't really care who's watching it, because You're a person that matters, damn it. You're a person that matters. And yeah. Like a lot of people will obsess about like who's watching something. But it's like if you get any kind of feedback, it could be really negative, but if a person watched it, then, if a person watched your shit, then that meant that they thought something of what you were doing. You know? Even if they just like hate watch it, it's like, yeah, but you're still invoking strong emotion. And if they're gonna waste their time, you know, they're gonna like get on your fucking channel and leave comments that are hateful or whatever. Obviously, like you're having an effect on them. So that's a win-win. As this the other day when like my narcissist frenemy that I work with, it's like she controls the situation through eye contact. So it's like if she doesn't give you eye contact, that means that she's really mad at you. But if she does give you eye contact, then it's like she wants your approval. So she'll do this thing where like she'll like look me up and down, like basically like what I've said about women, that they act like they're 12. Like that's what she does. She acts like she's fucking 12. It reminds me of fucking middle school. What am I making? I'm shrimp. Vegetables and shrimp. Cause like it's Lent right now. We're not really supposed to talk about the fast, but I don't even know why my priest said that, because like it's kind of a well-known fact that Lent is for fasting. But in the Orthodox Church, it's like pretty intense. We don't eat like any animal products. But because I'm still drinking Keeper, I'm abstaining from coffee. Because y'all know how much I love my coffee, especially my cold brew. But yeah. So we're allowed to eat shellfish though, which is like weird. But like back in the day, when Christianity first started, shellfish was like considered like vermin food. It's kind of crazy because now shellfish is like super expensive. Like scallops are expensive, lobsters expensive, shrimp's expensive, but like it's really not that fancy. I mean, it's shellfish, you know, it's like at the bottom of the barrel food. Like that's how it was considered, which is why we're still allowed to eat shellfish. But that's why I'm cooking with avocado oil and not olive oil. And I'm trying to keep the fast as best I can. But we're not supposed to be legalistic about it either. The whole point of it is to get closer to God. My cat's fixing to meow a lot. Shut the fuck up. I don't care. I don't care. This is not for you. I think I accidentally dropped some of it, so she got it anyway.
Yeah, but I've been eating so much guacamole. It's good though because I'm making it myself. Like, I gotta get myself in the habit of trying new things. And I just do the same thing, but like once I get good at it, you know? So I'm trying to get myself back in like the habit of like practicing sign language. So this is the sign for girl. So it's like all the female signs are close to the mouth. So husband is close to the temple. So it's C. I think it's a C. And then I keep my hand out like this. And then I clasp it. Husband. So if I wanted to say Jesus is my husband, I would say this is Jesus. Like the book, Jesus. I think that's a really cool sign. Jesus is my husband. I already told you I don't care. You can just keep on going, honey. This is what they do. They bully you. They bully you to get what they want. That's the thing. I can't blame them because I'm the one that took them in. You know? Especially this one, the one that won't stop meowing. This is my friend's cat. She's super dominant. Typical woman, right? Women don't like that though. I think the reason why women are so miserable is because like they don't really want to be like that, but they are. Yours truly is the only one that's actually legit like that. When it comes to like people telling me what to do, you know, I really don't like being told what to do. Like it really makes me mad. But it doesn't make me mad because I'm a woman. It just makes me mad being told what to do. That's it. So I don't know if it's just like I have more masculine traits or I'm just schizophrenic. Because with these women that are like psycho, like borderline personality, they all borderline personality, or they're just straight up fucking narcissists or something. They're like sociopaths. I think sociopathy and narcissist personality is underdiagnosed in women because they have this idea that like all women are just emotional basket cases. So if she's emotional, that means that she's borderline personality. Well, borderline is on the borderline of psychosis, but keep in mind it's in the same personality cluster as narcissist personality and antisocial. Okay. It's bad. You probably shouldn't fuck her. That's what I'm saying. Just don't fuck her. I know she's good to fuck, though. She's good to fuck, but is it worth going to jail? Is it worth going to jail? I don't think it is. Is it worth her going to jail? Because she probably will go to jail. That's the thing with borderline personalities with women. That's how you know that you're actually dealing with probably a classic borderline. They typically go to jail. a bunch of times because they can't control themselves. They're impulsive. They don't get their way. Then they start acting crazy. You know, I used to cut myself. But I was doing that before I had a boyfriend. I'm like, I really don't want the attention that this gives me. So I stopped doing it. That's what's so funny when people think I'm doing anything for attention. Because they assume that most women do that. And they're right to assume that. But not everybody. Not everybody. I'm going to cook this as long as I can. I'm cooking a bunch of vegetables. So I got asparagus, mushrooms. Well, I guess it's not a bunch of vegetables. Because I have the peppers in my other containers that I'm going to take to work. So I just eat vegetables when I'm at work. I work at a restaurant. In case you don't know, I work at a restaurant. It's helping Americans stay fat. And many restaurants do that. So we got beef tallow fries, right? We got beef tallow fries, beef tallow onion rings, and grass-fed beef. So I guess we're moving in the right direction. They want us to think that. That's what I think. I think it's all this surface level bullshit of like, oh, we're doing this and it's positive, but that's not possible because this is America. And America will never, ever, 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 fucking ever do anything that's good for its citizens. Okay? This place is an experiment. And the more miserable the people are, the better their experiment goes. Yeah? Okay. I'm probably going to have to charge this computer. Okay, what else goes in guacamole? I've made it so many times and I still forget. It's like 5 fucking ingredients. I'm like, wait, cilantro? It's cilantro. Cilantro, onion. Ooh. I probably should stop cooking now. I got all this shrimp though, man. I'm so excited about it. I get really excited. About food that I make. Even if it's not that spectacular. And you don't have to tell me that I need to get a new fucking skillet. I already know. This stuff is so bad. It's mainly because of like the material that's on it. See, oh my god. I just did that, you guys. I just did that. It's okay. Well, I guess I can't use this ever again. You see that? So funny. I'm so fucking funny. I sound so arrogant, don't I? I'm just constantly like tooting my own horn whenever I ruin shit. Like I literally just fucking burn the shit out of this plastic Tupperware container. What happened? You don't know what's gonna happen with me, you know? Like camcorder could fall off the dashboard. That happens often. Or I could burn some plastic Tupperware on a live stream. You know? That's cool. That's cool. Now my cat's going apeshit because I dropped some of that grease on the floor. Or whatever the fuck it is. Let's see. Oh shit, we gotta charge that. It looks like it's low battery. Hold on. Oh god, I almost flashed you. I'm gonna try not to flash you. I feel like I'm shooting a porno because I'm wearing my fucking bathrobe. Like I don't really think about these things. I don't. Like I just shoot, you know? Like what you see is what you get, baby. And I need to take a shower, okay? But yeah. I need to shave my legs out, don't I? I really need to shave my legs. I stopped shaving when I was in college. And it wasn't because I was in college, it was because I was a drunk. Have you guys ever been a drunk? Well, if you've ever been a drunk, you know that alcohol is the only thing you care about. So that was my problem. That was my solution. To everything. I'm so excited about this shrimp though, you guys. So excited about it. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. I know. Okay, I'm going to give it to my cats. You want the shrimp? Oh, look at this shit. It's so cute. You want some of it? Here. I'm going to split it. I'm going to split the shrimp. Here you go. You can have it. Here, come here. There you go. But no, I gotta shave though, man, because like summer's coming up, and it's not just the aesthetic aspect. It's like the older that you get, I don't know if you know this,
I don't know if this is true for men too. Well, yeah, it's got to be true for men because y'all just get furrier the older that you get, right? That's got to be true. Well, yeah, it's like I could feel it. Like I was at my church service today, and I was wearing this long skirt, and I could literally feel my leg hair, and that's never happened before. I was like, holy shit, dude. Something needs to be done. But I don't take very long showers anymore because my water heater's messed up. I'm lucky that I have any hot water at all. So one of the reasons why I cleaned up my garage last year, ever so conveniently right when Lent ended, which was April 20th. And I drank 1 cup of coffee, and I was so proud of myself. That did not last, by the way. But I drank 1 cup of coffee, and I cleaned out my entire garage, and I think I was up until pretty early in the morning doing it. Not that that's anything special for me. If I want to get shit done, I have to do it all at once. And I'll probably do it at 3 a.m. You know? Just the way I am. I don't know why people fight what they are. Okay. We did it, y'all. We put all the shrimp in the skillet. We did it! Every single time I do anything minor. So, I'm probably going to talk about this in the next video that I actually shoot, but you know how I was in a really shitty accident? I mean, most accidents are usually not, positive experiences, but I was in a car accident. Anybody that was with me during that time period, God bless you for sticking around this long. So it was back in 2022. I totaled my last car. I took a video of myself crying, covered head to toe in bruises, at the fucking junkyard. I was fucking devastated, dude. I was absolutely devastated. And I would go back there to the junkyard and just smoke once. Just sit in the back seat of my totaled vehicle in the fucking lot and just get high and cry. Yeah, it was devastating. But anyway. I hit both of my knees on the steering wheel because I was T-boned, and y'all probably know I don't wear my seatbelt most of the time. And that day was no exception. And so, yeah, I hit both my knees on the steering wheel. I hit my forehead on the dashboard. I had raccoon eyes for a whole week. Miraculously did not have a concussion though. But anyway, the reason I brought that up was to bring up the fact that like my knees, specifically this one, has just caused me a lot of trouble. And so I've just been wearing this knee brace. Well, it's just like a thing to secure it. Stretchy thingamajig. And I just noticed like I was just really focusing on that. Like, I don't know if you're like me, but whenever I have an injury or whenever I'm sick, anytime something's wrong, I like obsess about it. And it was getting really bad. And it was like making me just like really agitated a lot and paranoid and I talked to this Native American dude that I go to AA meetings with, and he told me that we have this thing called fascia, which is like the outer layer of the muscles. It's like this tissue for circulation that allows water to flow. And whenever that gets injured, the fascia doesn't work properly. And he was saying, yeah, most of these like physical therapists, like they don't even know about this shit. And I'm like, well, that doesn't really surprise me, man. But he was telling me like your brain, like once you're injured, like your brain is trained to like respond a certain way to the injury and to just always assume that you're stuck in that injury. And the solution to this is movement. So he was drawing like similarities between like the 12-step program and like just taking care of your body. He's like, yeah, the steps work because you're just moving forward, you know, like you're in motion. You're not just staying stuck on the same thing. And yeah, that made a lot of sense. But yeah, so I stopped wearing the stretchy thing. And now I just, apparently you can do this, which is kind of cool. It's like a really cool dance move. But he said this one, and hopefully y'all don't have like a foot fetish or something. Somebody might. Somebody probably does. That's not why I'm doing this. But yeah, if you take your foot and you imagine it to be like a clock, like, and you just keep slowly turning it, like that supposedly really helps because, you know, you're in motion, but you're like taking it easy, you know. But he said, like, yeah, everything's connected, so you got to work on like the other parts of your leg that are connected to your knee, you know, so your ankle, your hips. So yeah, I'm really grateful. I feel like maybe that's the reason I started going to meetings again, because it's definitely not because I want to drink. It is a good reminder though that like, you know, that was my life. I mean, that used to be my fucking life, dude. It's crazy.
guys ever like do something crazy? You're like, I can't believe I did that. And then you're like, actually, I can believe that I did that. You know, like looking back on it, I'm like, the mindset that I had then made sense out of actions such as drinking a whole fifth in 10 minutes, you know? Well, that's why I speak out about the medications because, like, I was always at my most self-destructive when I was taking some kind of pill. Now, I do believe that I'm naturally self-destructive, though, but I feel like a lot of that had to do with that messing with my neurotransmitters so that, like, I would desire to do things that would give me that rush of dopamine because I wasn't getting it the way that I was used to getting it, you know? How could people not realize that that's going to be what ends up happening? You get your body adjusted to something, or like you're naturally a certain way, and then you start doing something else that alters that. Like, yeah, your body and your brain, you're going to be like trying to overcompensate. Fucking shrimp, y'all. Fucking shrimp. Holy shit, it's 2 a.m. Y'all believe that? Of course you can. You're watching this shit. Woo! This knife says Dexter. You don't need to. You don't need proof. That's what it says. I promise that's what it says. It's crazy. So I was told that if you're on Twitch, you can't shoot a video in the car. I was like, well, damn, I guess I won't do Twitch. I mean, I do this stuff too, but nowhere near as much as like I shoot in my car.
Oh shit.
See, I have this rule with myself though that if I'm not like uploading videos, like I have to like do something else creative. So like that's why I got myself doing this thingamajig, this live stream shit. So I shut up. I mean, I know that meowing is what you do, so it's kind of dumb for me to tell you that. But like, would you please try to shut the fuck up, please, please? She ain't licking the fridge no more. She was like sticking her paw underneath one of those drawers and just licking it over and over and over again. I was like, okay, dude, you gotta do something about this. So. She puts up a buzz, but she wants the affection more than anything. Isn't that right? Isn't that right, you little narcissist?
Like, I need supply and I need it now.
Yes, you do.
She'll get over whatever she thinks she can't get over if she gets the supply that she wants. Okay, you get down now. Oh no. I had seasoning that I was going to douse this in. I am so fucking ghetto. I am. People don't like it when I say that, but I'm just gonna keep saying it strictly because of that. Alright. What else do I need to do? Oh yeah. Onion, jalapeno, lime, and salt. And my eyes are fixing to burn like a motherfucker.
I can't believe I burned that Tupperware. Actually, no. I can totally believe I burned that Tupperware. Classic AG. Classic AG bullshit. You know, Ronique gave me this cutting board, and I like use it all the time now. I miss her so much, though. She's not even happier in Israel. And it's not because of all the crazy shit going on. She doesn't even care about that. She's just so used to it. I'm like, yeah, your people run everything, so... Like, they're always going to be the ones that are in control. It's crazy, though, because she was telling me... She's like, oh, America doesn't seem like it's... You know, doing very good right now. And I was like, it hasn't been for a long time, you know, but she was like, oh, your president's out of his mind or whatever. And like, it's so crazy to me, like how obsessed people are with him. You know, like I will never understand people that obsess about what the president pretends to do. Like I don't get it. But she watches the fucking Daily Show, you know. I'm like, all that shit's biased, all that shit, and I'm like, I'm not saying Fox News ain't biased. I'm not saying like. Anything that you watch from any political angle is going to be biased because that's what they're paid to do. That's why it doesn't make sense to keep fussing about it because it's like it's all the same shit. People don't like that because then that means that like we don't really have a solution to anything. And this is correct. This is absolutely correct. You know, the Sex Pistols wrote this song. About how there's no future. I think that was like the name of the song. That was in the 80s, you know? So. It's like if people felt hopeless in the past decades, that it's like we look back on this stuff like nostalgically, but I mean, shit was shitty then too. It just wasn't as obviously bad. You know, it is going downhill at a rapid rate though. That's kind of the issue. So I'm seeing if anybody has talked to me. Nobody wants to talk to me. That's okay. That's okay. You don't have to talk to me. I'm not offended if somebody doesn't want to talk to me. So in case you're wondering what we're listening to, this is like African music from the 70s. So in my car, I've been listening to this like Nigerian band. I know, I think I'm on this African kick right now because like everything feels so hopeless in this country that I'm like, well, let's turn to a continent that's more hopeless, but at least they make good music. Like I'm hoping that like things are shitty and that'll make the music better, but the problem is, because I remember somebody saying that, like when Bush was in office, like, well, maybe the music will be better. And I'm like, well, you know, a lot of these bands that people thought so highly of were like being controlled just the same way as like Taylor Swift and Beyonce and Eminem and like all these people. If they're at the fucking Super Bowl, if they're like any way associated with like the NFL or whatever, like famous people, cannot trust them. Cannot trust them, dude. Not a single one of them. Like they all have handlers, so they have to do what they're told. Because if they don't, then like they're gonna lose whatever they think they have in relation to their status and their mansion and their fancy car, like whatever they got going on. They probably live in Laurel Canyon, you know. If they live in Laurel Canyon, they're definitely working for the devil. Not that they mean to, though. I don't think a lot of them mean to. I don't think that's a conscious choice for them. I think they just kind of get involved with that stuff and they don't realize what they're really doing until it's too late. And maybe they'll get lucky and nothing bad will happen to them for a while. Oh my gosh, that looks so amazing. I'm so excited about it, you guys. Last but not least, the salt. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see this. Yeah, that's true. Rock Against Bush. I remember that. Rock Against Bush, Volume 4. It's like Jock Jams. Remember Jock Jams? Who knew we'd miss that shit? But I do. I miss like Technotronic and all that. Pump up the jam. Pump it up. You know that song? I don't know who that was, but let's see how much.
Damn diddy damn. My mouse on here fucking sucks. Hey. No monkey business, honey. And by monkey business, I mean kitty business. Hold on, I'll be right back. I need to like close the fridge. I have a habit of like leaving it wide open. Are you hoping for a side boob? I can understand. You've been waiting and waiting. Oh, it was vegetables. Ooh, it was vegetables and that's good guacamole. Vegetables. What? Come here. Come here. And shrimp. Now you should be even more disgusted by the way that I eat. Oh shit. You just saw my rib cage. Yeah, I'm really small. I'm really small. I look anorexic, don't I? See, I can already like anticipate like mean things that people say to me because I'm already thinking like mean things about myself all the time. Yeah, but I don't think YouTube is going to let me post shorts. Well, mainly because I think the way it works is like I don't know if it's like a case of like because I don't have a smartphone, it's just different on a laptop. But I will like say that I want to clip something. I'll say I want to clip something, but it won't include it as a short. So I don't know. The Queen's English. I don't know. I think English is overrated. I mean, it's based off of Greek. It's so easy to fuck with, though. Like, at least with Spanish, they have, like, gendered language. They don't have a problem with trans stuff out there the same way they do here in the West. Like, my priest was talking tonight about the head covering. Like, women don't have to wear head coverings.
But back then, it was like custom to do that because it was more about the separation of men and women. But, you know, there are biblical reasons for women to wear head coverings. But it was more to go along with like the traditions of the time. Now, you're a really rebellious woman if you wear a head covering. Like if you show your submission or obedience to the Lord, that's like the most rebellious thing you can do as a female in the West. Because they want all these females to rock abortion. They want them to rock birth control. It's like, is it possible for women to be even more irresponsible? I mean, it's crazy if you think about it. Like, isn't it always women complaining about deadbeat dudes? Don't pay child support, like he's a shitty father or whatever. It's like, bitch, you want a Section 8. You want a Section 8. You can only get Section 8 if the father ain't in the house. Now, there are shitty dads out there, or shitty men out there. But there's something in it for women to say that. There's something in it for women to have somebody to like consistently point the finger at. You know what I mean? But dude, I was watching this other video from like a couple of years ago that I'd saved on my laptop. I'm like, yeah, I can see why I saved this because it's really good. Like, the whole thing is good. And I'm grateful that I can see that about myself. I don't need other people to validate me, but like, it would be nice to have people. It's not even that like, oh, I want to be recognized for it. It's more like I want y'all to get a taste of a real ass bitch. Like a genuine person. I mean, anytime I discover somebody on YouTube or wherever that's a genuine person, it's such a treat, you know? And so I want to be that treat for you, you know? Won't you let me? Why won't the algorithm let me do my thing? Probably because I'm bitching about it. Bitching about how I feel like the whole goal of everything just keep making shittier and shittier content. I mean, you can say my content's shitty, but at least it's real. You know? It's not shitty because it's fake and phony and it could have been done by a bot. Like, my cats are real. You know? Every bit of chaos that you see in my house, in my car, that's real fucking chaos. You know? That's not play chaos. Yeah, but anyway, that point I was trying to make earlier about my knee and how now that I'm not like focusing on it being injured, I'm like stretching a lot more and I'm like doing a lot. I'm doing a lot of stuff. Positive stuff. I don't know. I went through a really rough period for like about 4 months, man. And was doing different drugs. Not that that matters that much, but like, I guess it does for me because I'm crazy and anytime that we like fall off, because I'm older, it's gonna take longer for me to get back up, and this was dangerous. You know, it's way more dangerous than it's ever been. Because yeah, on the one hand, it's like I do have more wisdom. I have a lot more knowledge about myself and the things that I'm doing, but also I'm old. Like sometimes I'll look at myself and freak the fuck out. Like, you're fucking dying! Because I have like wrinkles. You see? I freak out when I squint. I like fucking freak out. You know what's crazy? I used to fucking hate grapefruit. And now I want to drink this whole thing and I have to stop myself. Yeah, but it's weird though. Everything's so strange. Dude, Raisin Bran, I'm sure there's fucking plastic in it now. Plastic bran. I'm sure those raisins aren't even real. Because it's like, yeah. Dude, remember O's? The good things in the middle. Remember that? It's like really sweet. It's like honey. It's like a honey corn cereal with like bran, whatever the fuck in the middle of it. Dude, I ate that stuff maybe like twice recently. When I was high, of course. I got sick. Like both times that I ate it. I remember when that was like 13 grams of sugar. I remember that because like my mother, anytime we were in the cereal aisle, if it had more than 11 grams of sugar, I wasn't allowed to have it. See, that's the thing. Like my parents might have been boomers that watched TV all the time, but they were still mindful of like, and maybe for the wrong reason. It's not because they thought like, oh, sugar's poison, because they're definitely addicted to it, especially now. But like, they knew that it made me fucking hyper, and so they didn't want me to have an overzealous amount of it when I was a child. And that's the thing. Like, if you think about all the stuff that they give to children, like
Capri Sun. I still have Capri Sun in my freezer. Like for nostalgic purposes, it's kind of nice, to eat something or drink something that you remember. But then if you also remember the fact that they're like dumping even more crap in it than they did when you were a child. It just doesn't taste as good. Yeah, now, it was just like 18% sugar. I think. I mean, cereal is just shitty anyway, man, but like. It's like the worst thing you could possibly eat. But it's so addictive, though. I mean, just the whole ritual of eating cereal. All right, you do that. I get it. Oh, I remember like making myself sick. Eating Crispix. Crispix is like, I don't want to say it's healthy, but it's like the healthier cereal. It's not like fucking Lucky Charms, Lucky Charms is so good. Lucky Charms, Cocoa Puffs, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It's all crap. It's like candy, It's like candy in a bowl with milk, All that shit's genetically modified. But if you think about it, like, that's the kind of stuff we're giving to our children to start their day off right, That's pretty fucked up. But I bought some Girl Scout cookies. And I ate the fuck out of those. Felt like crap. But I told myself, well, they're Girl Scout cookies, so it's worth it. But I still have like 3 boxes of them. So I have Tagalongs and Samoas in my fridge, and I have Thin Mints in my freezer. And I am looking forward to pretending that I'm not going to overindulge in them. Because once Lent's over, I always debate on like whether or not I'm going to just like stay off everything that I've stayed away from that I probably feel a lot better staying away from. But, my priest was like, well, it's not like these things are bad. It's just that you don't need them. You don't need them. So, I have no problem whatsoever getting off coffee. And you see how much coffee I drink, right? I mean, I really shouldn't drink that much anyway because it's bad for you. I mean, like if it's not organic. Jelly bellies. I never liked jelly beans. I don't like beans anyway, like any kind of beans. The jelly beans were like always disgusting to me. It's just such a weird like texture. I think that it's more of a texture thing. Regular ass beans though, like pinto beans, black beans, white beans, all that shit, it's a texture thing. So with candy, it's like this sticky. It's like sticky with like a gel coating. It's really weird. And chewy. It's chewy with a gel coating. I don't like that. Even if it tastes good, I don't like the texture of it. But regular ass beans though, it's like mushy with a wax coating. It's like the weirdest thing, but really healthy for you though. Apparently. Not Jelly Bellies though. Jelly Bellies are not good for you. Oh no, I'm trying to think of like what I overindulge in besides coffee. Well, it's like when I'm high, that's really the only time I really want to like indulge in sugar. That's what I'm trying to do instead of, because you still have those cravings for it. So I got a bunch of like frozen blueberries, blackberries, strawberries. So anytime that I like feel like I want sugar, I will eat something that has natural sugar in it, or I'll eat some raw honey. I'm not always disciplined like that though. Not at all. Dude, I gotta go to bed though. It's like almost 3 o'clock. I can't believe I made this guacamole. I think I made it pretty fast, did I not? It's pretty good. I'm not sharing it. I don't know why I do that. I've been doing that so much, especially with that voice that I just did. I basically do like caricature voices because I think that people aren't characters anymore, they're caricatures. I put that on a poster a while back. Because, yeah, like they're all like cartoon versions of themselves. They're not real people anymore. Right. I am a middle of the night kind of gal. I don't know how people like willingly get up in the morning. I mean, I never regret it when I do. Like when I'm up that early, I'm like, well, this is nice. Why don't I do this more? I'm like, you know why. And I don't like being up that early. But just getting up in general sucks. Like being in the bed, you just want to stay there, man. Doesn't matter what time it is. But yeah, like there's something about like really early mornings though that just piss me off. So, and then you have morning people that are just like so cocky about it. I'm like, dude, like, I'm not cocky about staying up all night. I'm not like, you're a fucking pussy because you refuse to be up till 6 a.m. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. That's not how I act. I don't think. Do I act that way? I hope not. Let me know if I act that way. Okay. Pretty sure I don't, though. I don't get cocky about staying up. I don't get cocky about anything, really. Like, even the stuff that I know that other people don't. It's like, so what? Like, I'm lucky to know that. And I kind of do feel like I was chosen to know that. I feel like everybody's chosen to do something. you know? So if people get insecure about that, or they think that I'm being arrogant or narcissistic or whatever, it's because their narcissism can't handle the fact that they're insecure about something that they don't have. You know what I mean? Like people that get mad and they think, oh, you just want attention, or you just want this, you just want that. That's what they want. That's what they're telling you. Now, this isn't always the case, but most of the time it is. Well, it's projection, you know? Just look at it. Isn't that beautiful? I've gotten pretty good at making it. And I mean, I know it's just simple, but I mean, that's the thing. Like, it's the easiest thing to make, and it's so good, and it's so good for you. And I feel accomplished because I did it myself, you know? I didn't just buy like the store bought, like plastic container. No. But yeah, anyway. Thanks for watching. Everybody that watched. Whether you watch for a significant period of time or you watch for 2 seconds and you fucking left. It doesn't matter. You all still matter as people. You do. But no, I have to take a shower. And I really should shave as soon as possible. Just my legs. Just my legs. I don't know who that is. Who is that? Tigran? Who is that? Okay. That's cool. Are they from like this time period? Are they older? So I don't know about any new shit. Oh, okay. Mm. You live in Washington? Is that state falling apart? I don't know what to believe because like I do stand up with some people and that go back and forth between Chicago. Like they mainly live in Chicago, but they love Chicago. And I know comics that moved out to Los Angeles and, you know, liberals. The liberals are the problem. They really are. I mean, Yeah, but I mean that's the thing that people like California because it's fucking California. It's really versatile. It's beautiful, ocean. There's a lot of stuff to do in California. I mean Seattle. Yeah, I always wanted to move out there just because of how much it rains. Because that just goes along with my personality. But there are so many places I want to go off of the West Coast. So I really wanted to go to San Francisco for a while, and that city is really bad off right now. I mean, just with like the carjackings and stuff. But yeah, I guess if you don't like, if you try to avoid all that stuff and you just don't focus on it, like, I think the problem, especially with the political right, is like they just want to focus on all of these cities are falling apart because of the left and blacks and immigrants, all that shit. And it's like we can't even talk about like people can't even talk about that immigration issue with ICE and all that. Like people get so fucking heated about it. And it's like everything is fucked in this country, dude. Yeah, I mean I do too, but like the problem is I put this on a poster that said sheep adjacent is still hazardous. If you're sheep adjacent, that means that like surely like you have family members that are sheep, you have coworkers that are sheep, neighbors, I'm sure friends that probably won't talk to you anymore if they figure out the truth about you. I mean, yeah. I remember when Trump was on reality TV and everybody loved the fuck out of him. I'm not so far removed from that reality. And well, I mean, I am, but I'm also like, I still live in a society. So I really wish I could just be a fucking nun. I mean, multiple people have told me that. My late priest told me that. He's like, you should just be a monastic. I'm like, that'd be great, but I feel like I'd be turning my back on my calling. I don't feel like that's what I'm called to do. I feel like if I became a nun, I'd just be running away from my calling and God would smite me with a lightning bolt. So I'm not going to do that. Yeah, that's what's so funny is they get mad at you for being judgmental. But it's like they're judging you just by saying that because they're retarded. They don't even get it. Yeah, like when I do stand up out in East Nashville, it's like crazy liberal, and I just have to, not give a fuck because yeah, I mean, I think the problem is that a lot of people feel really outnumbered, but like I've always felt outnumbered because like I just don't think that people understand where I'm coming from. Um, in relation to a lot of things that I believe. So, I believe in you though. Yes. Come here. Come here. Come on. She keeps looking up at the chair and acting like she's gonna jump, and then she like changes her mind. She's like, "Okay, I'm gonna do it." No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not getting up there. Fuck you. Oh, okay. She did it. You did it! She's such a sweet baby. There's a reason I call her an angel cat. Now she's showing me her ass. That's how you know the cat likes you. That's what they do. They're like, here's my ass. I hope you like it. Because you have no choice but to face it. Oh. It's not group think, it's group feel. These motherfuckers don't think. That's a term to describe the whole, hive mind sort of thing. But I call it group feel. Because they're all about their feelings, which are constantly being manipulated. The thoughts, they don't even have those thoughts. They're not even their thoughts. For a lot of these people, it's like relevance. They think they're supposed to believe certain things, or it's really more about disavowing other things. Because especially with liberalism, it's so much like Protestantism, where it's like fighting the church. So if you think about it, liberalism is like fighting the church of conservative values, or like what they think is like traditional or whatever. But they have their own church of like bullshit, and I say church because it's like a cult. Everything is. Yeah. I used to be a liberal, and I remember getting really emotional about like gay rights and shit like that. Not women's rights, though. I've always been based. A lot of people say that about me. I've always been super based on women. Like, I have never, ever supported women's rights. Even though, like, I'm a huge fan of certain women that subscribe to feminist politics. But, like, I feel like most women do, whether they know it or not. But, like, I can still appreciate people and like certain aspects of their personality without having to agree with them on everything. What sucks about it, though, is that I know that they wouldn't extend me the same grace. They would not want anything to do with me, because of my beliefs. And like, that's fucked up. And it's the same thing with Christianity too, like people they hate on it, and they just hate on God. They hate on like anything they don't understand. Yeah, it seems like people can't take responsibility. There's no boundaries. Like, social media has destroyed boundaries. Whatever was left of them. That's why they keep blaming the government. I blame the thing that's in everybody's hand. Because that's creating this massive divide with everyone. It's creating a divide with you and yourself. Like, you can't even be with yourself anymore. Now you have to have these little earbuds anytime you jog. Well, shit. People have been jogging with the Walkman. I remember that shit, Walkman. CD players, portable CD, but I still have a portable CD player. But like, I'm talking people that cannot live without technology. Everywhere they go, they have to have that shit on them because they'll just lose their mind if they actually have to pay attention to their thoughts. I like listening to music when I do stuff, but I can drive around with nothing playing. Believe it or not, I really, really embrace the time periods where I'm not talking to myself and it's just quiet. I miss that. Oh, yeah. That's probably why he supposedly offed himself, right? Because he was ahead of his time. And it's so loud, dude. I've been talking about this more and more. The music is so loud, if you can call it that. It's so loud. They're purposely playing everything so loud. If you go to like a gas station and they're like playing the commercials, like you can't even pump your fucking gas. Like there's a TV at the gas pump that's like advertising donuts and shit like that, Ugh. So many reasons to want to kill yourself. There are not reasons to kill yourself. There are reasons to want to kill yourself. That's okay. It's fine if you want to do it. Just don't do it. You don't have to do everything you want. I definitely don't. Yeah, horrible. Even in like the nice restaurants too. Like I went to this really fancy restaurant with my parents where like everything is super expensive. It's crazy. Like this is the type of place where like you need like a valet or whatever. Isn't that where like they pick up your car and they put it in the, or you don't have to have it, but like they offer that service. They can take your car and park it for you. And but it's so crazy, like the whole setup of this place, it's just, it doesn't make sense. Like they're purposely like doing everything like oppositionally to like our equilibrium and shit. That's why the houses are like so shitty. Like all of them are so ugly now. I recently talked about a McDonald's that was built close to my house. They don't even have the gold arches anymore. Like they have an emblem, is that the correct term? Or like the logo, the golden arch logo. It's on like a sign out front. They don't have the actual arches. Yeah. And everyone's mostly dead. Mostly dead, like Billy Crystal describes that in The Princess Bride. Completely different circumstance. But yeah, most people are mostly dead. Not all dead, but mostly dead. Because their soul's been sucked out by the vacuum of social media. And a lot of them are taking pills. The pills have been an issue since the 90s. Because that's when they started with the ADHD and like the bipolar diagnosis. I know, dude. People have been straight up hateful towards me because I still have a flip phone. Honestly, though, I kind of live for it. There's a part of me that, like, really, I don't know. It vindicates me because it's like, oh, if I'm pissing people off to just go along with the system, like, they always shut down the conversation. Hello. Yeah, they always shut down the conversation. Like, anytime that you talk about how bad it is, because they don't want to face that they're doing it to themselves, they're doing it to their children. I mean, look at the dogs on fucking antidepressants. If your dog is on Prozac, you're the problem. You're the problem. I'm telling you, they're shedding more than the dogs are. Or political stuff that everybody can get riled up about, because then they can be right. Can stroke that ego. You don't have anything going for them. It's because, like, creativity is not encouraged. If they had parents that were actual parents that were like, instead of getting on a tablet, you're going to go run outside, you're going to go play sports, you're going to do something, you know? Yeah, I live in the gray. I remember I had a therapist that told me that. Because there's so many different angles. And when you realize that, I mean, it's hard for me to be mad about anybody being stupid or lame or whatever. I'm like, dude, like, their wiring pretty much ensures that they're going to be stupid and lame. And hi, I'm sorry. Were you not expecting me, honey? Yeah, that's true. Dude, can I put that on a poster? Can I steal that from you? I'll credit you. Okay. Yeah, I'll put that on a poster. You know, okay, marijuana. I used to love weed so much. I used to enjoy getting high. That was my favorite thing in the world. And I relapsed on marijuana recently because I hadn't smoked it for like almost 3 years and I hadn't used it. I hadn't eaten any edibles or anything in about 6 months. And then I was just having a bad time, ended up doing other stuff. And then I started smoking again. And in such a short period of time, I just lost all my motivation and it was really bad. So I got a fuck ton of CBD. And I mean, they're not going to fuck with the CBD plant the way they fucked with the THC because you can't get high off CBD. So it's not addictive. People don't want it. You know, I was trying to find CBD flower. I live in Tennessee, by the way. I'm sure you already know that. Yeah, I smoked for like 20 years too. And it's funny because I know a lot of people that I grew up with that I smoked with for a while and they all stopped too. Because they say my anxiety is just going through the roof when I smoke this stuff. I really do believe that, and I know this is some conspiracy shit. It's not though. It's really not. In all the states where they've legalized it, like more and more people are getting psychosis, and now they're being told they're schizophrenic. So, like I've said, I'm like, dude, have fun with that. Yeah, like the people I do comedy in front of, it's like, yeah, they're all on drugs, whether it's on psych medication or marijuana, which is not marijuana. It's like PCP now. It's like, I don't even want to call it marijuana. I think I need to come up with some comic term to like describe it. Some new lingo to describe the cannabis plant, because it's not. They Monsanto'd that motherfucker. It's not the same plant anymore. Like the fact that it's so high in THC content, like that, marijuana is supposed to be mostly CBD. Yeah, and that's what's crazy. So I was trying to find CBD flower. Trump legalized CBD in 2018 through the Farm Bill. And I remember after that happened, there were all these hemp stores that opened up in Tennessee, because weed is still like pretty illegal in Tennessee. I mean, well, actually, I think you can have up to a quarter in Davidson County, which is in Nashville. That's still like a lot better than the way it was, where like you get arrested if you had a joint, you know. But so when weed was way less potent, you would get in way more trouble for having it. Now that it's like actually dangerous, you can get it right up the street at a corner store. And now it's been laced with fentanyl, all kinds of shit. So they want people to like not trust the street weed anymore. I think that's why they're lacing it with fentanyl. So like the Mexican cartels are like doing that for the sole purpose of people going to the store. And because I've talked to a lot of people that have said that, like, oh, well, I could get street weed that's like way more expensive, or I could go to the corner store and get pre-rolls. I'm sorry. That's how it is in Nashville too. And Nashville's a red, like fucking Tennessee's a red state. And it still smells like weed everywhere you go in Nashville. What's funny though is like I used to perform at this weed bar. People that worked at the weed bar would literally be outside smoking real weed because they don't trust the government stuff. Okay, so I got a fuck ton of CBD. Like a lot. Really cheap. Now, it definitely has an effect on me because I'm schizophrenic. So it actually just reminds me of like smoking mids. You remember smoking mids? Man. Like if I take like a CBD gummy, or if I just what I did with the CBD is like I cooked it, I decarboxylized it. And I don't need to put it in, sorry, not a Mason symbol. I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was doing that. Well, that just shows you how like ridiculous this country is. How it's all a lie. In 2020. It makes sense too, like why, like anytime that there's like a decade, a lot of stuff changes. Like I remember growing up and like feeling that way in like 1990. And so like, you know, the Berlin Wall supposedly came down in 89, but then like 91, the fucking internet came out. You know, Cold War ended, supposedly. Yeah, but then like I think it was about a month later, the internet came out with the World Wide Web, www. W in Jewish gematria is the letter 6. So, you know, obviously 666. I'll get accused of reading too much into this, but it's like, no, dude. It's not, what people don't understand is that it's not Satan himself. It's all the people that work for the world. Like that's the whole purpose of Satan. It's just if you go along with the world, then, well, first of all, you're not going to be happy with it. You know, I mean, you think all these people that are addicted to their phones and social media and shit, even social media influencers, like who's that guy that's getting all, he's like all the rage right now, Clavicar, whatever, I don't know. He's like attractive and his whole thing is like being obsessed with your physical appearance because that's not feminine at all. You know, well, I swear he's a homosexual. Like all these dudes are gay. They have to be gay. I don't know if like the culture is like so far removed from like actual masculinity and actual femininity that, you know, you got women that are like, they champion ripping out their offspring. And then you have men that can't wait to talk about taking fucking steroids for their testosterone or whatever, you know, it's just, it's so weird. It's so fucking weird. Yeah. And anytime I meet a man that's actually like a man, it's like, you know, and that's how I feel for like 5 minutes. And I'm like, nope, you still have a bigger ball sack. But it's true though. And the reason I say that is because I still have a flip phone. So I feel like I have more resilience than most of the people that I talk to because like I get so much shit for that. That side, you don't like my piano stuff because I love it. I get why you don't, though. It's not for everybody. And that's why I would say it's not for most people. I would say that 87% of people, probably maybe 93% of people aren't going to like it. Well, mainly because, like, I mean, it's really simple, you know? But, like, I think that simple is better. Like, I get mad at myself whenever, like, if I'm playing, like, 2 chords, which is usually what I do, and then I accidentally hit another chord, I get mad at myself. But then I'm able to, like, change it, switch it up, and it ends up working, but, like, I get mad at myself when I'm doing it because I just want to keep it simple. But it's really more for my emotional stability, if you can even call it that, because, like, when I do that, when I play and I hear myself sing, it's like, it's so therapeutic. It is the most therapeutic thing that anybody can do, which is why I do it. So it is original, but yeah, it's bad though sometimes. A lot of the time. But here's the thing though, sometimes like I'll be watching, I'll be like cringing, and then I'll say something, I'll be like, damn, that's good. That's why I'm like trying to clip it, but I'm like, I would if YouTube won't even let me do that because the algorithm really is holding me back. Because they don't want my message to get out about how you don't need to go along with all this shit. You know? Even when I leave comments, if it doesn't go along with like the mainstream, and I rarely leave comments by the way, but like if it doesn't go along with the mainstream thing that they're pushing, they'll delete the comment. Or like people get really offended by it. Accuse me of all motherfuckers of sticking my head in the damn sand. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? That smartphone is sand. That's what it is because it's like filling your head with garbage. Through ego strokage. That's why they're able to control these people is because their ego or their distractions. Like it's like either people are addicted to it for the social media aspect so they can feel superior to others because of politics and religion and things of that nature, or they just want to watch television because they're so bored with their boring ass lives. Yeah, everything's expensive. And it's not even good. It's like you're paying more for shit. Well, that's why my shit's free, honey. Well, I have a fuck ton of copyright claims. They actually took a whole video down because I was playing Fleetwood Mac way too loud. But most of the time, like, the artist will allow it because they can get revenue from it. I'm like, what revenue? Nobody's watching this. Maybe some people watch it, they'll get bored with it. But I really like my music. Not the one, not whatever I do. I'm talking about my music taste. So I know I got good music taste. So I kind of like want people to hear what good music is, you know? Because most people don't know what it is because like everything they hear is just shit. But that's always been true. The radio is always playing shitty music. You know, I was a huge fan of Mariah Carey, and I know she's Illuminati Central. I don't give a fuck. I was obsessed with that bitch. She could actually sing though. She could actually sing, and she wrote most of her songs. But yeah, I will. I want new music to look up, especially like if it's new in like today's age or whatever. I want to be reminded that there are other artists out there that are still making music. Because the problem with a lot of art, yeah, it's really saturated and like it's always pushing some sort of political agenda, you know? So few artists, so like stay away from that. And I know I probably seem like I am doing that too. I'm not pushing an agenda though. I'm just talking. I'm just talking shit. And I talk shit from all angles. Like, yeah, I'm definitely going to talk shit about liberals. I used to be liberal. So what's that guy's name? Tigran. Dude, he looks just like Andrew Bird. Is that Andrew Bird? Yeah, he's attractive. He just really reminds me of Andrew Bird. You think they replaced Andrew Bird with this guy? Okay. No, I don't want what you're offering. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want any of this shit. Okay, I like it. They have the same hair. You think he does drugs? Probably not. Probably Frank Zappa or something. Frank Zappa didn't do any fucking drugs. He fooled a lot of people. You should check out Saint Vincent if you don't know who she is. Saint Vincent is like the chick. She's like the only person that I listen to of this time period. Well, because her music doesn't take a political side. I mean, she's definitely a feminist. She's lesbian, so she's definitely all those things. But like, luckily, it doesn't seep into her music. Thank God. She does take a lot of jabs on religion though, but that's because she grew up Catholic. You think I'd be offended by this? Like I mean, I think it's very offensive to religious people, especially Catholics. Like I could understand why religious people are persecuted, but I love the bitch so much I don't care. I mean, I don't get offended by shit. It's art, you know. Even if people are trying to be offensive, I'm like you went to Catholic school, or like you grew up with that, so it's understandable. I don't know if she went to Catholic school actually, but like she grew up Catholic, and I've noticed that it's like a running theme for people that are like rebellious or whatever. It's like either they went to Catholic school or they grew up Southern Baptist or Church of Christ or Mormon or something. See, that's why like I was kind of sold on my religion because I don't know anyone that felt the need to rebel from the Orthodox Church. You know, like there are children that are the offspring of like some of the people I go to church with, and they aren't Orthodox. Like they don't practice their parents' religion, but they don't hate it or anything. Like they'll still show up to services to like, you know, support their parents. You know, so there isn't this like pretend rebellion. Oh yeah, that's so true. Yeah, that's why like yeah, silence really is the best. I'll have to look him up more. Thanks for the introduction. Saint Vincent is psychotic. She shreds. Like she's insanely talented. Like the way that she plays, like she does everything herself. She's just very DIY and it just everything's well put together. Like it's like perfect. Um, yeah. The problem with religion is people push it. I don't push it. That's why. Let's start with the first one. That's I always tell people that. Always start with the first one. Marry Me. The song Marry Me is very offensive. If you're a Christian, it's pretty offensive. But it's funny. I mean, it's a funny fucking song. It's really clever. But that album's so versatile. Um, just the first track off of it, it's like one of my favorite songs by her. But she's got a really beautiful voice. I mean, you could tell that she definitely like went to Catholic church because of the way that she sings. It's very angelic. But then she also like sounds like the devil in other songs, which I like. I do that too. You know, people at church tell me I sound like an angel, and I'm like, you haven't watched my YouTube. It's like I'm singing about fucked up shit. I'm not gonna like sound like an angel when I'm talking about politicians, you know? Where? What was your job though? Oh, at school. Dude, I think everybody's a fucking narcissist, dude. It's just, I think that social media is here to like prove that about people, that was just waiting to be exposed. Like that was like underneath the surface. Everyone's like not ashamed. That's the thing with narcissists, is that they are ashamed. That's what they're a narcissist. I have empathy for them because a lot of them did have a shitty childhood. And even if they didn't, it's like they're convinced that they're a victim when they're not. It's like I talk to people that have been through so much. You never know it based off of how good of an attitude they have. I think that like if you've been through trauma, like it'll turn you into a more empathic soul. Like narcissists have been through very little trauma, and yet they think they're victims of everything. Yeah, it's based off anger too. There's so many proverbs that talk about like wrath and like how like anger like just will just take your ass down. Well, narcissists tend to either be like intimidated by me or they really, really, really want my approval. Like the girl I work with, like she needs my supply because my supply is a lot better than anybody else's. Not all suppliers are the same, okay? I mean, I know for a fact that like my opinion matters to her because if I say anything where I like kind of disapprove of her character, like there was this other chick that we worked with who she was mean to, and I was like, I don't know why you're mean to her. Like, I don't know what she did to you. And she was like, she's conniving. I'm like, no, the fuck, she's not. Like, she's not conniving at all. But she started being nice to her. Like immediately after I said something. So I'm like, I know that I have an effect on her. I'm a very influential person. I mean, people copy me all the time. Like I started wearing head covering at church. Then I noticed like all these other women, like 10 other women picked up on it and started wearing head coverings. And I mean, I did that last year during Lent because it just felt right. So, you know, I wasn't trying to obey anybody or whatever. I just started doing it and it felt right. But I think that other women, I don't know why they look up to me, but they do, man. I mean, I think it's because like I don't have a husband or children. So like I'm kind of like the outcast, but I'm still like submissive to God. Well, the head covering just makes sense in a lot of different ways. I like it because I feel really protected. I was debating on like wearing it everywhere just to separate myself from modern women. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny because I can manipulate the hell out of situations. If I was a bad person, I mean, I used to be like that and I didn't realize like, oh, I guess that's how I got this or that. I think because subconsciously I realized a personality trait about somebody else. But I don't like consciously try to use people. You know? But I could. Especially with narcissists. Because all you have to do is just tell them what they want to hear. All you have to do, they're so gullible. They're like the stupidest people in the world. Narcissism makes people stupid. The reason, like, they need to talk about that. I want to say, oh, narcissism is on the rise. Stupidity is on the rise. You know, not because of narcissism. Because people don't question anything if it makes them the smarter one. And yeah, they are boring as fuck. They don't have a personality. That's why. That's why they need to supply, because like their personality isn't real. So I don't know. I still feel bad for him though, because like, yeah, that sucks. That sucks to like wake up every day and not know who you are and like run away from that every chance you get. And anytime that you're reminded of that, you just go into a fit of rage and you don't even understand what's happening. I think that they are aware on a cognitive level somewhat, but a lot of these people are not aware enough to change, and they're not virtuous. That's the main problem, is that they lack virtue. And that if they do believe in God, it's like they're just controlling, you know? Narc comedy, what is that? So just comedy. Oh God, I would say most of the comedians are narcissists. Makes sense. You get up on stage, you get validated just by being up there. Well, yeah. Here's the thing, I hate it. I hate, like, when I hear that, it makes me sick. That tone, that narcissistic tone, I hate it. Like when I hear it on stage or when I hear it when I do videos, I hate it. And I don't know if it's the devil fucking with my head, but I hate that part of myself. And there's this psalm that talks about that. About like how like wicked people like don't seek to like understand their own inequity and like hate it. You know, I don't remember what psalm it is, but I just read it today. Hold on. I'm gonna find it. It's like you don't desire to be a better person. Yeah, a lot of comedians don't desire to be a better person. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna find it. It's okay though. But yeah, it's like you shouldn't be cool with like the bad parts of yourself. You should like try to work on that. You shouldn't be like, oh well, everybody else is like that. I think a lot of narcissists that's what they do. They can just rationalize it. Well, everybody's like this. I mean, maybe they're right to some extent. I think that like yeah, the world is like that. Yeah, I know a lot about mental illness. So that was my original subject matter that I wanted to talk about. And then Donald Trump distracted me, that fucking bastard. So, like, yeah, I ended up getting distracted with him in like 2017 with all the political horseshit that was going on then. It was mainly because, you know, I was fresh into the comedy scene and all these other comics wanted to talk about him. And that's when I was like, I guess I'm not liberal because I'm not entertained by this. And all these people are really dumb. And there are a couple of comics that can do some decent jokes about him, or like I their liberalism isn't so toxic that like I can't enjoy their comedy. But like most of them, it's just so shitty. And I don't want to listen to conservative comedy either. I don't want to listen to libertarian comedy. I don't like I don't know. It's just so boring to me. I feel like the only position that you can truly have as an actual comedian is anarchist. Because when you're an anarchist, that means that you don't follow any kind of system or any kind of rules or whatever the fuck, you know? That's comedy. And George Carlin was working for people. Oh, they're definitely possessed, dude. They're possessed. I know they are because when I'm around them, I swear, like I just sound so crazy, but it's like when I'm around people that are really, 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 really left, a lot of the LGBT people. It's because I am technically LGBT person, but I'm not giving into that. I haven't given into that since I quit drinking almost 15 years ago. It's like it makes them seethe. I mean, even if I was like an active lesbian, like I wouldn't associate with all of that shit because it's just fucking gay. Okay, it's just stupid. And I know plenty of gay people that don't want anything to do with it either. Trans people, lesbians, they don't want shit to do with any of that stuff because it's just stupid. Like it's literally for narcissists. They're turning everybody into some like pretend political activist. Okay, so like all these people that go online and they think that they're an activist. Oh wow, that's crazy. Good luck getting tickets. I mean, she's incredible. Like, she's really incredible. She's adorable too. Like, if you look at like her older stuff, like, I mean, you'll understand what I'm talking about. She's just fucking adorable. Now she looks like a full-on dyke, but like in the beginning, she could hide her lesbian nature, or perhaps nurture. Oh, I think she's married to a woman now. But for a while, she kind of kept that hidden. But she made it obvious. The song "Marry Me" makes it really obvious. But anyway, sold out. Yep. You could scalp tickets, but it would be fucking ridiculously expensive. Um, yeah, it's just sad what's happening to everybody. I mean, I don't really like comedians. He screamed at Nick Fuentes. I know that. That's how I know about him. Tim and Eric, right? I remember that show. I didn't like that show. That Wonder Chosen or whatever the fuck. I didn't like it at all. It just wasn't my thing. I'm sure he is funny. He's funny to somebody, and that somebody is not me. I like Nick Fuentes. When people ask me what my favorite comedian is, I say Nick Fuentes. They get mad. That Nazi? Yes. Only Nazis are funny these days. If you don't get called a Nazi, you are not fucking funny, dude. Because you're so afraid to take risks. Well, at least Tim Dillon interviewed him, though. A lot of people refuse to interview him because they're fucking pussies. He's not really that controversial. He just calls a spade a spade. No, not at all. Fuck Charlie Kirk. Glad he's dead. Anyway, no, I don't even think he's dead, dude. I think he's on some fucking island somewhere. Maybe the same island that Epstein's on. Still. You know, it's funny that like people didn't know or care about Jeffrey Epstein before all that shit happened. Nobody knew Erica Kirk's name. Now everybody knows who the fuck that bitch is, and everybody's got an opinion on her. She's purposely playing the role of conniving bitch that set up her husband or something. You know, you could just tell like that's what she's doing through her demeanor and everything. Like I can see straight through it. I can tell that she's acting. And so fuck Joe Rogan. He's just boring. That's really why I hate him. I don't really have any other opinion of him. Like whatever his opinions are, I don't think he has any opinions on anything but marijuana. I think he loves getting high, and that's pretty much all he cares about. But the fact that he has got like the #1 podcast and like all these comedians want to be him, or they want to be on his podcast, or they want to be on his comedy, they want to be at his comedy club. Like, that's just so weird. I don't know who that is. I have no idea who that is. A closeted gay man. You know, I think Joe is like offers the fake masculinity, kind of like Andrew Tate. The thing is, though, Andrew Tate, I'll give him that. Like, at least he has opinions that he sticks with. You know, Joe Rogan doesn't really believe in anything. That's why I hate Joe Rogan, because it's like he doesn't stand for anything. There's a lot of shit I don't know, honey. Just let you know. That's like everybody on the internet. I'll get accused of that too, but I can admit it, so it doesn't count with me. Question my shit way too much too. Question my self-worth, and at least in relation to my self-worth in relation to like what I'm supposed to do, like with my life, comedy wise, and because I'll get lost in like the whole like, oh, I'm supposed to do this, I'm supposed to do that, and I think that there are people on the internet, they're so confident in what they're doing, but they're being rewarded by the world. I'm not being rewarded by the world. Yeah, it's so annoying. I wish I could pass this accountability along. You know, nobody wants it though, man. They don't want to be accountable. But Joe Rogan doesn't have anything to be accountable for, you know? Like, he's so boring. He said the N-word like a long ass time ago in a bit, and then he apologized for it on his show, which kind of proves he doesn't believe in freedom of speech or his art form. The art form that he chose. But the fact that he owns a comedy club in Austin, it's just so telling. No, it doesn't. Paul Westerberg is my favorite musician. Actually, it's like a toss-up between Fiona Apple and Paul Westerberg, both who have OCD. They're really reclusive. Neither one of them drive. They're really skinny. People think they're dying. They don't make music very often. They don't put out music very often. And they're both insanely talented, and everybody thinks they're crazy. Fiona Apple, though, saved my life. I would have killed myself if it hadn't been for that crazy bitch. No. She had a meltdown when she toured. Some fan like told her that she needed to eat, and she got really fucking mad and screamed at them, told them to leave. They had to be escorted, and then she left the stage. She came back. She was crying. Like, I don't know. I get it though, man. I'd probably be able to deal with it a lot better, but that's because I work in restaurants. I've worked in the restaurant industry for too long to give a fuck about stuff like that, like petty bullshit. Like, I can talk so much trash to myself. So anybody that has anything smart to say to me, I'm like, okay. My mirror had something way smarter to say earlier today, and for the past 20-something years, hasn't been very nice to me. So that's the thing, like, she's a real sensitive person. Paul's a really sensitive person. So oh yeah. Oh, it's 2 for you. It's 4 for me. Yeah. I'll talk to you later, honey. But yeah, I need to go anyway, because like I'm supposed to take a shower. I don't even know if I'm going to do that shit. I don't even feel like it at this point. Yeah. Oh yeah, my laundry's done too. My laundry's done, and I have shit to wash. I have like plates to wash and stuff, and I don't feel like doing it. And wah, 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 wah. Anyway, sorry. Just pretending I'm a woman, like an actual woman. Yeah, I actually get called trans. Like, people think I'm trans. Like, I get called male pronouns, which is really cool. I don't even ask for that, and it's granted. But that's because I think I have an energy that's very masculine. It's definitely not a feminine energy. I think that the feminine energy right now is so toxic, but it's like it's inverted. So it's like women can't be men, but they're pretending to be, and culturally they're treated like men because they do have more power. So it's super toxic. Just like men that are acting more feminine, they're not women, they can never be women, but they have that energy, which is, I really don't know which is worse. Actually, no, I do. It's men that act like women that are worse. Because women are so much more annoying. Women are coming to get you. It wouldn't surprise me. The court system. Oh, but the thing is, when you meet a masculine woman that actually like knows what she's doing and she's like sure of herself, like she's confident, she doesn't need anything. I think the biggest problem is just insecurity. And so when you see men that act like women, it's just they're really, really insecure. So, but I think that there's this fake masculinity in women where like I can take care of myself, I can do this, I can do that. But it's like, well, you don't. If you really could, you wouldn't need to prove it. You wouldn't need to keep talking about it. Like I love confident women. There's so few of those, and so they're still like less annoying though than the feminine man. Well, talk to yourself. Talk to yourself and talk to God. That's all I can suggest to you. It takes time to get confidence. And then, if you work and you develop hobbies and stuff that you care about, that'll fill your time so you won't need to worry about what other people think. People are really stupid anyway, so the majority of people are really stupid. Just remember that. It really doesn't matter what they think. They don't even think. They don't even think, man. They don't even think. So who cares? It's a stream. I mean, you should take that as like a sign that you should like go take a walk. Well, I'm sorry that you feel like that. Oh God, I have to get up. I have to get up. I have to do things I don't want to do. I cannot believe I ate all that shrimp. Yeah, I think that like crazy people such as myself are just a lot better off. Well, I've never relied on society. I'm lucky. I'm lucky that I never relied on society because fuck. This is way too much rap. Like I'm just like wasting all this plastic wrap. Take some of it away.
Well, like I said, just be friends with yourself. I don't understand why more people don't want to do that. I get what you're saying, like loneliness and all that shit, but the thing is that most people are boring anyway. Most people are addicted to TV for a reason. They're just boring ass people. So I spend all this time by myself. I force myself to interact socially. I don't regret doing it, but I cannot wait to get away from everybody, man. And then I'm with myself again, and it's fantastic, per usual. Even when it's terrible, it's like, it's still just me, you know? Like, what could go wrong? Still just me. In case you missed the previous part of this live stream, I burned a hole through this Tupperware container with my stove. Okay. But yeah, people are really boring. And the smartphones proved that everybody was boring. That's why I'm interesting, because I don't have one. That's not the only reason I'm interesting, but I would say that's a huge component to it. Virtual relationship, God, that sounds terrible. Oh, that sounds terrible. I'm sorry. I get it, though. That reminds me of the movie Her with Joaquin Phoenix. It's a Spike Jonze film. It's pretty good. It's so realistic. It's like hyper realistic. I hated the movie when it came out, but it's like, it's all about how, like, people are just so disconnected, and like that's why they're more in tune with technology than anything else. Well, I guess it's like what you want. The way I look at it is a percentage thing. Like for me, I don't get lonely like that. Every once in a while, but it's nothing that anyone's going to solve. But that might need to be something you look into, man. You need that. If it's like codependent, that's not good. If you're like seeking after that, it's one thing to like want companionship. I think that that's a natural desire that a lot of people have. It's one thing to want to fuck. A lot of people want to fuck, but it's like if you feel like you have to have that, like you need to develop a strong relationship with yourself. If you don't do that, you're not going to be of use to anybody. And then you're only going to attract really sick people that are going to just use you and manipulate you. Yeah, antidepressants, no bueno. No, bitch. No, you ain't getting that shit. No, I don't fuck with antidepressants, so man, I try to off myself on that shit. Fuck that.
And like I couldn't cry on antidepressant either. That's like the main reason I'm actually really against all that stuff. I mean, I get people think they have the reasons for taking it, but people would be way better off if they just faced it, whatever it is. Like face the tsunami. That's what I say. Face the tsunami. The side effects from medication are so much worse than the actual thing itself. I know that the actual thing itself really sucks. You don't have to tell me, like, I have schizophrenia. I get it. But, like, I get really emotional about a lot of stuff. I mean, today when I woke up, I couldn't stop crying about shit. I was just lying on the floor, just sobbing. The thing is, though, I have a really close relationship with God, so I just talk to God, you know, and then ended up taking a walk, had myself a little picnic, did my taxes, read the Psalms. It's like I have to go through that period where I'm just like really, really struggling. Oh, Lord. I'm sorry, honey. Like I said, I don't fuck with medication. I think medication's evil. I'm not saying you're evil. There are plenty of people in my church that take medication too. It's like a friend of mine that's a veteran, he takes antidepressants. He takes a bunch of shit. I think he takes like, what's that one that stops people from having seizures? You know what I'm talking about? It's like, I think it's like statins or something. I'm not a fucking chef, dude. I work at some burger joint. I work at a burger joint. But I do wear the chef hat, too. I love the chef hat. It's like so ridiculous. That's why I wear it, because I like it. I used to be a huge pothead. I go back and forth on that, but it's not good for me either. Now I just make music, and I make music. Well, some people don't call it music. They get mad that I call it music, but other musicians tell me it's music. And I don't know. I do a lot of stuff with do a lot of creative stuff. Creativity is the solution. There's nothing else. Like if I could suggest anything, I can suggest read the Psalms, dude. Read the Psalms. The Psalms are like mental illness central, dude. Like they're literally for mentally ill people, I swear. So Psalms and fucking creative stuff. Yeah, exactly. That's why they try to control the music industry. Well, I mean, they don't try, they do. They control the music industry, dude. They do. Because it's like the closest thing to like our spirit, so they have to control it. Yeah. Well, that's why I do what I do, so thank you for vindicating me. Even people, though, probably they don't like it or they don't think much of it because it's weird or it's unconventional. Anything that's unconventional is going to be frowned upon by the masses. Which cat? I have 2 cats. That's Sophie. She's the bitch cat. Yeah, you know. You know you're the bitch cat. She's like, and then you like, did you see that? She just like looked away. She like blinked, and then she looked away. She's like, I know. You can't tell me shit. Isn't that right?
You're the bitch cat. You're the bitch cat.
I say that because she's mean to my other cat, who's the grandma cat. Paisley is sweet as can be, and she is always fucking with her. Oh. You sound like your borderline personality disorder. There's 2 sides of borderline personality. You should look this up. Quiet borderline. Quiet borderline is like a more internalized version, and it is closely related to covert narcissism. Now, I have a theory that every mentally ill person is actually a narcissist also, because it's really easy to do that with any type of anything if you have some sort of disability. I see it a lot with people that have some physical disability where it's like they get it in their head that they're so special and they're so interesting and their experience is really unique. Yeah, you, from your description, you just sound like a borderline personality. That used to be me. Like when I was younger. I mean, well, I still cry about so many things, but it's more schizophrenic than anything. Like, I don't need other people. And I feel like that's kind of what makes me on the more schizophrenic side than the narcissistic side, because narcissists always need that from other people. They need validation. They need the approval. They need the attention. At least you know it. That's the good thing. You can actually do something about it. You know, most narcissists will never do anything about it. So, oh. Anyway.
Well, I'm sorry you had to go through that. I don't know if you should see a therapist though, because the therapist is like therapists are a lot of times they're fucking shit. You should work the 12 steps. If you work the 12 steps, you don't have to be addicted to anything. It seems like you're addicted to validation that you get from other people. That's a form of codependency. So you could go to like Codependence Anonymous, but unless you want to be surrounded by sappy ass people, 12 steps. I recommend the 12 steps to everybody because it'll help you expand upon your relationship with God. It'll help you like look at yourself better. The 12 steps of Alcoholics. Just look up the 12 steps. That's all you have to do. 12 steps. The 12 steps. Just any 12-step program. Number 1, we admitted we were powerless over insert thing you were powerless over, and our lives had become unmanageable. 2, came to believe that a power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. 3, made a decision to turn our will and our lives over to the care of God as we understood him. 4, made a searching and fearless moral inventory of ourselves. That part. 5, admitted to God, to ourselves, and to another human being the exact nature of our wrongs. 6, oh my God, I forgot. I hated this step too. I fucking hate this step. It involves defects of character. It sounds like she's kind of babying you, which makes sense. She's a woman. I don't know. My therapist was a total dick. He was a lot like the fucking therapist in Good Will Hunting. Like Robin Williams' character, he was a lot like that. But yeah, I would highly suggest the 12 steps. But I'm gonna go. I gotta go to bed because I gotta be at work in the morning, and I've been streaming for almost 4 hours or something. That's definitely not connected to Christianity. That shit's pagan, but whatever. Whoa, what are you doing? Not basil lamp for you. Yeah, if you want to do the pagan shit right, get into the 12-step program. Because that shit's pagan too, but it started off Christian. So, I swear by the 12 steps because it's like, it's a good way to see the bad stuff in yourself, but also recognize that there's good too. And I think that narcissists have like a really huge problem with that. At least I know that I did. I just beat myself up all the time. I used to beat myself up like relentlessly. And I still can. I'm a lot less likely to go there today because I just know it doesn't lead to anywhere good. You know, it just leads me to smoking pot again. But yeah, I'll pray for you, honey. What's your actual name? But yeah, seriously, look that up, Dustin. Look that up, Dustin. 12-step program. And I don't know, like I'm sure there's gonna be like meetings wherever you are. You can go to. Because yeah, it just sounds like you're like codependent, like with narcissistic traits, like you're looking to other people to validate you. You need to be able to validate yourself. Yeah, man. Yeah. It's rough now. It's rough. Figuring yourself out. It's well worth it though. Just like talk to yourself, like just go take a walk and talk to yourself. That's what I've been doing all my life. It's like once you develop that relationship with yourself, you'll want to be with yourself. Being with yourself won't be scary anymore. I don't know. I won't. I can't stop making it, especially since a lot of people hate it. The more people hate it, the more likely I'm going to keep doing it. What? What? This is my other kitty. This is the grandma cat. You rang. You rang and I picked up. Okay. Well, I'm going to go now. I've been saying that. I don't know how long I've been saying that, but I really need to go to sleep because it's like 4:30 in the morning and I have to be at work shortly. So, yeah. Take care. And yeah, I'll add you to my prayer list. So I'm gonna go.